Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Xblick right here with you guys with the fourth part to What If Deku had a Titan Crystallization quirk, Titan Crystal, whatever you really want to call it, but here we have it. So here's the fourth part. You guys have been wanting it, so I am delivering. Here we go. So I do hope you guys do enjoy this part. If you do, be sure to like, subscribe, all of that jazz. And yeah, all the links down in the description. My boy Saint for the music, Crown Fiend for the thumbnail. Thanks for the thumbnail, it's fire. I'm not sure if I kind of thanked you for the thumbnail of the last part, but here it is. He did the thumbnail, the latest thumbnail, so here it is. So hope you guys do enjoy it and think it's pretty sick, because I do think it's pretty good. And yeah, all the music I used in this video are down in the description as well. So yeah, that's about it. Just remember, God is awesome, you guys are too. And let's just get straight into this video. Let's go! We have come to this fine establishment to rid the world of the symbol of peace, All Might. As this is said, a mysterious purple smoke-like mist, or something like that, blocks and starts to envelop and block the way of the door, with some yellow glowing parts of it, assuming to be representing the eyes of the villain, glaring at all of the heroes in training. After this announcement and declaration, 13 prepares to use her quirk and suck up the villain with her black hole quirk. However, Bakugo and Kaminari this time jump in to attack, with Bakugo jumping in and exploding the villain, while Kaminari jumping in and punching it, disrupting 13's attack. And like in canon, Bakugo does absolutely nothing, with him just jumping straight through it. However, when Kaminari throws a punch and kind of leaps through the villain, he lets off an electrical discharge, shocking the villain temporarily and quickly Quickly recovering, however, Kurogiri then sends probably about a third of the students around the USJ, but just as the smoke surrounds the students, enveloping them, Deku releases his crystal, kind of Titan Crystal quirk, trapping and holding most of the students to the ground and stopping them from being sucked into the portals. However, this didn't work for all of the heroes in training, and Deku was also not one of these people, with only probably about 2/3 of the heroes in training and Kurogiri being stuck to the floor. Deku not being one of these people, in which he starts feeling himself falling before seeing solid rock beneath him as he starts plummeting to the ground. Thinking quickly, he cushions his fall with his Titan Crystal, sending a pillar up to or down towards the ground, as he then kind of connects and cushions his fall with a escalator, or elevator kind of system. As he kind of lands on the ground, he sees another person falling. When he sees this, he immediately catches them in a crystal cushion cube thing, as they then slowly descend to the floor. He then disperses all the crystals around the USJ, freeing all the heroes in training and Kurogiri over by the entrance, and seeing that it's Mina that is with him that he cushioned the fall. Ashida? Damn, I thought I stopped everyone from being portaled. It's fine, Midoriya. Our class is strong. They'll get through this, she replies, trying to encourage him. Well, before we worry about them, why don't we deal with these jokers? As he gestures towards the villains. Before any of the approaching villains can really react, every villain in the mountain zone which they are at is immediately frozen over by crystal trapping them. So, good people, I truthfully do not appreciate you interrupting our school rescue exercise. Oh well, I guess they can rescue you after my friend here melts the flesh off of your bones and sends you to the ICU. Deku saying this with a devilish and sinister smile across his face. Mina is about to object with this before he then shoots her a certain glance, kinda telling her to go along with it without telling her to go along with it. You stupid kids! Shouts one of the trapped villains. Do you really expect us to believe that you hero wannabes are gonna try and kill us? Ha! What a joke. After Deku kinda hears this, after Deku gives her the signal, Mina walks up to the mouthy villain and starts dripping acid from her hands, placing one of them on the crystal as it starts melting away, putting on a sinister smile, freaking the villain out to no end. Just tell us what we want to know, and this won't happen to you, Deku assures them. Down at the destroyed city, Bakugo and Kaminari make quick work of the villains, not really putting much effort in at all. Over by the cliff, Kirishima is pretty much the shield as Momo and Jiro attack, and Todoroki, who is over by the boat area, just freezes the boat and the water with all the villains along with it. Sorry. Up at the entrance, Ida pretty much left immediately, with 13 getting hurt the same as normal, with her getting her back sucked out by her own quirk. But more of the students hold off Kurogiri, stalling him for a longer amount of time. When Deku arrives at the plaza of the building, he sees absolute mayhem, with Aizawa on the ground bleeding and broken, while Todoroki and Kaminari were fending off both the Nomu and Shigaraki. When he looks to his right, Deku then sees Bakugo with the warp villain at his mercy, his hand on this metal piece that seems to be holding the smoke together and setting off small crackling explosions, threatening to blow it apart if it moves. Looking back at the Nomu, he sees that it is much faster than Kaminari, who is trying to hold it off. So Deku, quickly thinking, freezes Shigaraki and the Nomu over, sending over with his crystal, and starts to stab into the Nomu with small spikes. If you're wanting an image, kind of think of, if you know what an Iron Maiden kind of torture machine that people used in the medieval days, like that kind of torture device. If you know what that is, then that's good. If you don't, if you've seen Despicable Me, the thing where it's like a weird kind of closet, but if you go inside it, it closes, it spikes you and stabs you, you die. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So, yeah, that's not really helpful. The reason for this being is that he distinguished this monster as being the most dangerous on the battlefield, or on the field, and spikes stabbing into your muscles and into your bone, probably breaking them as well, should probably be enough to incapacitate a normal person. Like, you wouldn't normally be able to really move or be kind of thinking straight or be able to attack, especially after that happening. And Deku thinking it just has a strength and speed enhancement, that would be a good assumption. Unfortunately for Deku, this creature was not normal, as about 15 seconds after Deku trapped the two, he hears a cracking, and as he turns around to see the crystal around the Nomu starting to crack. What? No, that's impossible, questions Deku in complete shock, as the crystal around the Nomu shatters, exploding everywhere. When he sees this, Shigaraki starts laughing. That was horrible. You can't defeat my Nomu. It's got shock absorption and regeneration. It was made to defeat All Might. What do you think your puny crystal quirk can do to it? The best thing about it, it's not even alive, so you can't hurt it. I can't laugh. I am sorry. Ha ha ha, he laughs. Hearing this, Deku then smiles, which kind of confuses everyone. Oh, so it's not alive, he replies, which confuses everyone even further. Well, that makes this much easier, as he sends a minefield of spikes stabbing into the Nomu's feet as it gets caught, kind of stabbing into it. He then, quickly after, a large barbed spike shoots up from underneath the Nomu, stabbing it straight right in the gut and sending it high into the air. As it's stuck there, with a large spike going straight through its abdomen, all the Nomu can do is just hang there. It can't even break through the crystal, and it can't push itself off because, well, there's spikes stabbing into it, so it's gripping onto the Nomu's flesh and restraining it, stopping it from moving. As everyone kind of sees this, a strange energy starts forming around Deku's hand, which suddenly turns into a gigantic hammer. Mr. Nomu person, due to your crimes against UA High School and not being alive in the first place, I sentence you to death and now put you at rest. I would say, do you have any last words, but it seems that you can't speak, so... But that kinda sucks. As he says this, Deku swings the large hammer down, obliterating the Nomu's head immediately, killing it. Everyone is in complete disbelief, as All Might busts through the door. No need to fear, students. Why? Because I am... Oh, it seems you sorted it all out already. Good job. Seeing everything was cleared up and sorted, all the heroes start hoarding the villains, as when they go back for Shigaraki and Kurogiri, they're gone. While this all happens, Deku explains to all the heroes and the police and all that of what he learned and how they, from the heroes or from the villains and all that, that they kind of were brought and promised here and kind of came here to defeat and kill All Might, and that was what that monster was built for, and that's what that crazy hand guy was saying as well. After seeing that Shigaraki and Kurogiri are gone, everyone kind of is kicking themselves for a short minute. And soon after, the heroes and the students then go back to UA with surprisingly no injuries, apart from Aizawa, who still got kind of slapped and put on the dirt. Sucks for Aizawa. I love Aizawa, but that was kind of you know, there wasn't much we could do. Aizawa still got slapped. The students are given a few days to recover from the incident. On the second day, Deku goes into his bed and just lays there as he flicks a text to someone, as he then goes to meet up at the cafe a few hours later. Hey, Izuku! When Deku turns around, he sees Mina walk up to him. Hey, thanks for asking me out here. I was just thinking though, like, why just after a life-threatening crisis? She asks. I kinda just wanted to take my mind off things, really, and this was, in my mind, a good way to do that. He replies, his face slightly red. Oh, I didn't even think of that! After that little talk and talking for a little bit longer, they then go to multiple little shops as he lets Mina go on another shopping spree as she buys a bunch of different stuff. They get spoiled, that's what I was thinking. During this little date, they get to know each other a bit more. They hang out for pretty much the entire day, with Mina saying thanks and giving Deku a kiss on the cheek, as he then takes her home and goes home himself. A couple of days pass as the class then arrives back to class, with Mr. Aizawa rocking up in bandages, weirding out but getting the class hype and excited that their teacher is an absolute badass. He then starts explaining. Alright, I know you've faced villains and kind of a life-threatening experience, but your fight isn't over yet. The UA Sports Festival is coming up. Thousands of heroes and agencies around the world, or not around the world, but around Japan, will be watching you. And you need to prepare. Hearing this, the students get quite nervous, but also really excited, and go out to lunch. When they open the door, they see a bunch of students blocking the door, and blocking the hallway, with Bakugo then explaining to them that they're here to scout out the competition and to pretty much piss off. As after this, everyone kind of gets mad, all the other students, with pretty much the same exchange happening. However, Deku does literally nothing. He stays in the back of the class just laying there, having the time of his life, watching a bunch of people get really mad at each other for literally no reason. After this, and after kind of leaving the class and being able to let out of the class, Deku, Mina, and Kirishima are sitting at a table eating lunch, when Deku gets this feeling, kind of like a spidey sense, from behind him. He then hardens this side in the back of his head and forces a pillar up as an elbow connects with it. The pillar then pushes the elbow away before Deku forms a small barricade kind of down by the floor, tripping the student as he falls flat on his face. Oh, you okay there, man? That seemed to be a hard fall. Getting angry, the blonde-haired boy then storms off, with an orange-haired girl quickly apologizing for his actions and then chasing after him, getting ready to put their hands on him and beat his ass. The day then quickly passes as Deku and the rest of the students go home and prepare themselves for the next 2 weeks of pure, hard and enduring training. Over this time, Deku has trained with both Kirishima and Mina most of the time, with him also building up his stamina and his endurance and stamina so he can use his power more efficiently and a lot longer. He and Mina have also kind of gone on a few more dates and gotten a lot closer as well. On the day of the sports festival, Deku and the rest of his class are waiting in the room, or in the waiting room, where he and Mina are sitting kind of by a wall, kind of by a locker, and talking. Hey, Mina, you know, we've gotten a lot close, we've gone out a lot these past couple weeks and grown a lot closer, I think. So, I was wondering, do you want to be my Midoriya? Todoroki cuts in, not really understanding the weight of this conversation. I know you have this freakish quirk or whatever, that pretty much this unbreakable crystal or whatever. But no matter what, I will beat you with just my ice. Consider this a declaration of war, declares Todoroki, silencing the room. Hey, don't leave me out of this, icy heart! I'll murder you, both of you! Screams Bakugo, turning the entire room into a massive argument of war, and who's gonna win, etc, etc. Deku then turns to Kirishima, kinda shrugging his shoulders as Kirishima then nods to him, with Deku nodding back as they both kinda declare war without declaring war. He then turns to Mina as she feels a tap on his shoulder as he turns to Mina as she whispers in his ear. Depends on whether you win the sports festival. Kissing him on the cheek, kinda making him go red in the face. Oh, now that's a source of motivation. You're all going down! Deku declares, immediately kinda catching the kind of attention of the entire room. However, immediately after this, they are called out as Deku leads the class to the stadium. Once all the classes are out in the stadium, Midnight then gets on the microphone. Alright, hello everybody! Would the first place student in the entrance exam come up to give a speech? Everyone then looks at Deku, who walks up onto the stage and takes the microphone from Midnight's hands. Look, I'm not great at motivational speeches, so I'm just gonna say this. I'm aiming for the top, so I expect all of you to do the same. Good luck. Pretty much dropping the mic afterwards and walking out. Or walking down the stage. After hearing these words, everyone is quiet until the crowd and students erupt in applause and excitement, so hyped for this festival, as a spin wheel is brought up and Midnight spins it. And the first competition of the sports festival will be an obstacle race. And that is where we are going to end this part off. Damn, I do this like every one of my series. Just cut it off at the whatever it's called, the sports festival just before the obstacle course. I do it every time. I know I'm a pretty horrible person. But anyway, here we go. I do hope you guys did really enjoy this part. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, all of that jazz. And yeah, so if you guys have any comments, any ideas or anything, that comment it down in the description. I will see your comments, so don't just constantly comment the same thing over and over and over again, because I do see them. Be sure I do see them, and I will comment if they're a good series or whatever. I will comment saying this is a good series, and I will put it down. If it's not, or I don't understand it, I'll either not reply or tell you I don't understand, probably won't do it, or yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much that little rant over. So, yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this. I say this like every time. I say like, I hope you guys enjoyed this like 3 or 4 times. Oh, I said it again. Nah, I'm oh, I'm such a buffoon. Anyway, all the links down in the description. Crown Fiend for the thumbnail, and Boy Saint for the background music down, as well as all the other music in this video down in the description as well. So, there it is. But yeah, that's about it. So, hope you guys did enjoy. Once again, I said it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, just remember, God is awesome. You guys are too. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.